All right, what's going on, guys? It's Vilify here. Today we're going to be going ahead and taking a look at the no item run for the Metal Cooler stage of the Red Zone. This is the Wicked Bloodline Ultimate Red Zone Stage 4. Now, with this stage, it does come down to the Goku revival, in my opinion. That was kind of what kept us going. They designed this one really well because, well, I shouldn't say that. They designed this one with a certain thing in mind. I think that was a good foresight, but they kind of whiffed on one part, right? So I think the typing is a little bit deceptive because it's like, oh, let's just go ahead and run Tech God Goku and the LR Gods, and we're just going to absolutely slap this thing up. And while that is true to an extent, when it comes to the no item run, it's a bit tricky because Tech God Goku does not have his damage reduction in the first phase. So you have to kind of float him off and hide him. And you'll know with this run right away, I really have no choice but to throw him in slot 3 and let him just kind of be subject to the beating here. I think he takes like 75k in normal. He's taking 4 hits. That's just not ideal, right? You want Tech God Goku to be in the first slot, taking double digits from all the movie boss enemies, but we only have a movie boss enemy in phase 2. So that's kind of what makes things a little bit tricky here, but, you know, nonetheless, we do manage to figure out how to do it. It's, the Namek Goku, I keep saying Namek, but the Cooler Goku revival, the Cooler movie Goku revival is kind of what sets this up to get it done. This was my third try of the day, so I knew that, like, the first try, it was like, okay, I beat it with one Whis, and I used the Whis in the in the robot phase, so I'm like, well, what if I just don't use a Whis in the robot phase, and we'll see what happens, right? It just comes down to the powerhouse units on our team being the powerhouse units that they are, and ultimately, it is more than enough to get the job done. So, I want you guys to be on the lookout for the next set of videos. I'm going to be trying to get videos out for the, what's the word? The not the Metal Cooler, but the Red Zone Broly missions. I already did one with all the typings, but we're going to go ahead and do 8 turns, and then the Extreme Typings one, and then we'll kind of just do 2 separate videos on that. I'm not worried about no item runs for those missions. I just want to get them done because those are stones I'm just flat out missing out on right now, so... Granted, it's only 10, but, you know, those guaranteed LR ticket or SSR tickets could be an LR Janemba or something like that. So I'm trying to keep my eye out. I would not want to miss out on something like that. And I don't think those missions go away, so it's just a matter of trying it every day until I get it. So, you know, if you know me, you know I'm eventually going to get it done, right? So it's just, it might take a bit sometimes. Yeah, but I think one kind of complaint, just to kind of go verbatim from the last video that I had, was the fact that there's just not, I feel like the Metal Cooler portion is just not as difficult as it needs to be, in my opinion. I think that the robot just hits a little bit too hard for a phase 1 boss, but nonetheless, right? Like, it's just, I can't imagine on Global what you're doing without Trunks and Vegeta here in terms of the no item run, right? Like, Trunks and Vegeta just make everything so much easier, and I'm so glad that I was able to get my hands on them because that leader skill is just so valuable. I would almost say that, like, you know, if you are being responsible with your stones, it might not be a bad idea to just save for Trunks and Vegeta, right? I mean, Goku and Vegeta could be twice as good with a better leader skill, but who knows? The Join Forces unit kind of gives me hope that it's going to be a really good, really well-designed unit. They've seemed to have, you know, the best unit in the game for a little while, it seems, has been a Goku and Vegeta of sorts, right? Like, you go back to late 2020, the best unit in the game was a Goku and Vegeta. You go to early 2021, we had you know, LR Goku and an LR Vegeta, who were not were the best units in the game for a while, and then we had kind of like the, you know, full power Frieza run, where you'd say you could argue UI Goku or full power Frieza. In my opinion, UI Goku was the best unit in the game from end of January 2021 to the end of the year of January 2022. Then we kind of had a run with a Goku and Vegeta, but if you wanted to argue the gods or the Force, didn't really matter, whichever one you preferred, really. But that's just kind of how it cut out, right? And now the best unit in the game, to most people, is the Trunks and Vegeta, right? So who knows? Maybe this next Goku and Vegeta could end up being the best unit in the game. It's probably going to make these Red Zone stages a joke. If I had to do a prediction for a typing, Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, we have an int one, we have a physical one, so maybe I think this one might be AGL because. You know, like I said, we have STR Goku and Vegeta that's relevant. We have Tech Goku and Vegeta, 2 Tech Goku and Vegetas that are really relevant in the meta. We have a physical Goku and Vegeta, and then we have the int and physical Goku and Vegeta as well. So It's a prediction. I think it'll be like an AGL, Goku, and Vegeta, and then a Tech Metal Cooler. I think Tech or Physical is like a lock for the typings, in my opinion, as we have the STR LR Cooler, and then an LR Int Metal Cooler, an AGL Metal Cooler, and I just think that it's Tech or Fizz, right? In my opinion, it's those two, but I could be wrong. Maybe they'll just go crazy and be like, hey, here's another STR Cooler. I'd be pretty pissed if they did that, but you know, Dokkan is not prone to, is prone to making these head scratchers, so I would expect another one. That I wouldn't be surprised if there was another one, rather. But you guys can see that we are just kind of cruising here at this point. We have about half HP, which is not a great number, but I know that we're going to survive a super, so I'm comfortable with that. But, you know, obviously we'd like to be closer to the 500, 600,000 HP range rather than the 200 to 300,000 range. But, you know, you got to work with what you have, right? So it's been a little bit tricky. This no item run, like I said, took 2 days, so it was on the quicker side of things. Mecha Frieza and King Cold, I no item run ran my second try, because first try I got caught. The LR gods were being frauds, and you know, we were kind of thinking it's like, hey, what am I gonna do in this situation after that? But you'll see that ultimately what gets us the win here against Metal Cooler in specific is just the sheer amount of active skills that we have amongst this team. So it's like we have 2 Father-Son Gallic Guns, a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta attack. We have a Blue Duo active skill and a Cooler Movie Goku active skill. So just you combine all those active skills together and you're going to be looking at a lot of damage. Like, these are some of the hardest hitting attacks in the game, period, right? I mean, you can combine 5 of them on one team and just get all of this damage. Like, you'll see right here, like, you know, because like if you are astute to how Dokkan works, right? Like, you already know where I'm going with this, right? Like, we see all those physical orbs with the rainbow orbs cutting up the side like that. Like, obviously we're gonna grab those. So it's just a matter of like, we have to grab. Unfortunately, we have to grab the STR orbs rather than the int ones on the side. But you know, we got to do what we got to do, right? So we're gonna go ahead and grab these STR orbs, grab the physical orbs with him, and then we'll make sure to grab the int orbs with Ultimate Gohan to make sure. Oh, or just grab that. Oh no, I saved the int orbs for next phase, so that way we can use those on Trunks and Vegeta and heal us up, because this is going to come down to the wire. Little spoiler, right? This is going to get close. Like, look at our HP right now. We're at 93k, right? Like, one bad normal, or like if he were to double super in this phase, then we would be dead, right? But you know, we're sitting comfortably at 97,000. We got 100k HP and a dream at this point. But it's going to come down to the last attack, I believe, or I forget, right? You guys will see here in a minute. Like, we're almost done. It's one of those events that just kind of takes a little bit of practice, or not even practice, right? It just takes a little RNG in the first phase, I think. If you can save the revival until you get into the Metal Cooler portion, I think you're sitting really pretty. But as you guys can see, I wasn't even able to do that, and we were still able to get it done, right? Gogeta didn't come through really with all the supers, but we did nullify one of the attacks, and then Ultimate Gohan, I still think takes a lot here, just considering this is just a normal attack at the same time, right? So, it's, like I said, it just, you know, you gotta just kind of keep chipping away at his health, right? So, oh yeah, 40,000 right there. The same thing, it's like the same principle that I said in the beginning of the last video, right? Where it's like Metal Cooler's heal is 7 million of damage, right? Or HP. So, what you have to do is just net more than 7 million here before the heal happens. That way you know that you're netting damage, and then you just kind of go from there, right? So Cooler Movie Goku's active skill nullifies the attack. So I'm thinking like, hey, should I throw the God Duo? What I would have done if the heal was the first attack, I would have thrown the God Duo in slot 1 and then nullified that action. But it didn't make a difference, right? So I think I just kept the rotation the way it is. And then we go ahead and get this Blue Duo active skill, and then you can see like he is almost done, right? Like, we're down to the last 2 bars of health, and at this point it's just a matter of like, we want him to super Trunks and Vegeta. Like, that's what we're praying for at this point. Because I don't know if Cooler Movie Goku is built different like that, because he hasn't had as much time to stack as we'd like. But, you know, boom, there we go. We get a lot of healing. So now we're sitting pretty at like 250k. So I'm thinking like no super, unless it's on the Blue Duo. Like, we're just not dying to a super straight up at this point. So, like, I'm pretty confident going into the end here. This might be the first time I haven't sped up a run in a really long time, because it was just 10 minutes, right? So shout out to this event for not being too long, and I don't have to speed up the video for you guys. We can just do 10 minutes. So 7.15 million right there, and then Goku's obviously cooking a bit. He's ready to go. And then if this doesn't kill, the Blue Duo's attack certainly will. So he crits for 5 million right there, and then we build up a little bit. We're down to double digits at this point, but I don't know if a super is safe. And then right here, it's like we just need them to do an additional super, and we know that we win. Because good chance this crits, and then the next one might crit as well. So boom, we get the crit right there, and then there's the additional super, and that is the AGL Metal Cooler, no item run in the Wicked Bloodline Red Zone Part 4. So that is now 18 stages done, or 18 stages up, 18 stages down with no items. So we're continuing to go ahead and beat all the Red Zone stages with no items, and this was the latest one over here on JP Dokkan. But let me know what you guys think down below. Leave a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new, turn on notifications so you don't miss out when I post Dokkan content like this. It's been Vilify. Have a great day. I'm out.